Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to Richmond High School basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports tonight from Shelbyville as the Red Devils try to win their second in a row. They'll take on the Golden Bears. They come in at 7-6 on the year. The Red Devils, again, with the win last week over Muncie Central, have improved to 5-10. We welcome you once again to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Great to have you with us. Red Devils on the road tonight here at Shelbyville, then back home against Belmont coming up tomorrow. Of course, we'll have tomorrow's game, doubleheader between the boys and the girls. The girls home against Lafayette Jeff. The boys, again, will take on Belmont. But the Red Devils played well last week, no doubt about it, but they almost gave it away at the end. The Red Devils got to find a way to close out games when they get an opportunity to do so. They beat the Shelbyville team last year, but this is a better basketball team, and they played a very good schedule. We'll talk about that in our scouting report coming up in just a few moments. So when we return, we're going to hear from head coach Rick Wedlow, get his thoughts about where his team is after this week, and certainly just the two games to prepare for Nova NCC games this week. That'll start again next week when we travel to Harrison. But tonight, Shelbyville and Richmond. It's coming up in just a couple of moments. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Rick Wedlow is next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to
Have everybody's attention now to center court in honor of middle school night tonight here at SHS. We will be honoring at this present time between games all the winter sports teams at the middle school. First group out is the sixth grade cheerleader.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners. It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
Maybe you knew that Indiana University East has world-renowned professors and 50 highly respected IU degree programs. Still, there's someone you should meet. He's a red wolf. He's Rufus, our mascot. He's here for our intercollegiate sports, dozens of student clubs, and to make sure things aren't too, well, tame. Check us out at iue.edu or drop by. But be careful. No leash. IU, focused on you.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
When it comes to coverage of high school, college, and professional sports in Richmond and Wayne County, Radio Troy Digital Sports is a game changer. Hi, this is Troy Derengowski. We are now your one-stop website for the best sports coverage in the area. From the Red Devils to the Colts and the Hoosiers, we have you covered. Check out the daily sports page, player and coach interviews, play-by-play of high school and college athletics, and much, much more. Check it out every day on radiotroy.com. Hey, Rick, let's talk about Shelbyville. You saw them last year. How much do you go back to last year's tape and kind of get an idea of their tendencies and some of the things they do, because they have many of the players back from last year?
Well, you know, I was able to accumulate about 7 films on them from this season, and so we're kind of looking at this year's video and looking at some of their tendencies, and they play some good ball clubs. They went to overtime with, a good Connersville team and played Newcastle very tough, and had a good game against Mount Vernon and Warren Central and Columbus East. So I've had a week to get a pretty good feel for, who their main guys are and what their role players do and the style of play they play, and try to find some ways for us to attack them in different areas.
Coach, you play in an environment tonight that can sometimes, if they fill this place up, it can be pretty interesting just from the home court advantage. And certainly I would imagine from your guys' standpoint, you've been in some pretty hostile places at times, but if this place gets filled up tonight, it could be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's first of all, it's a great facility. I mean, it's a first-class facility. It seems to be a great place to play. And, we've played some of the best players, best teams in the state. We played in between. We've played better teams that are below this talent level, about the same. So we've seen it all. It's just a matter of where our mind state is, and if we have positive thoughts and positive feelings, and we have the proper determination and passion about going out here and getting the job done, I feel good about our chances to have a good night.
What do you anticipate they'll try to do tonight that maybe you haven't seen so far? Are they going to try to run with you? Will they slow it down and play more of a half-court type offense?
No, I think they're going to try to play with us, man. And I think that's the style we want to play, and we just have to be better at our game than they are at their game. We want to try to push the tempo, and offensively in our transition, but also with our defenses. We want to have a mixture of our defense tonight, and traps and presses and different forms of this and that, and not allow them to get set up in either their man shell or their zone shell. Good crisp ball movement, hard cuts. We want to try to attack the ball inside. We feel like we might have a little advantage there with AJ and Keyshawn. We want to try to get them guys going, keep them going, because they've been playing well, and they deserve some touches. And the more confidence they have, the better balance we have, and the better team that we can become.
What kind of shooting team are they as you have watched them this year?
Well, they have a couple of, Cooper Lewis and, Zach Kuhn. Those guys can flat out shoot the basketball. A lot of it's going to depend on, how uncomfortable we make them and how hard we make them work for their open looks. And, if they make a few early, let's just hope that the tempo that we would like to play, maybe they don't feel as good later in the ball game.
Rick, do you anticipate maybe you're going to press a little bit more, because you had some success with that against Muncie Central, a team that I thought might handle a little bit better? Would you try to maybe do that a little bit tonight, maybe experiment with a couple of different things of what you're able to do to turn the other team over?
Well, we are who we are, and pressing is part of what we do, and, we're just trying to become a little bit more strategic and when we utilize it in terms of different situations. But we plan on mixing up a little bit and doing the things we do, and doing a lot of things that we've had some success doing. And obviously that'll be a part of the mix, but we have to sit down and guard in our man-to-man shell and our zone and our matchup zone stuff, and hopefully we can keep them off balance and get some defensive stops, hold them to one shot, and then we can get out into our transition game and get some easy buckets.
You know, I mentioned you earlier this week, I get a smile on my face when I watch you go to that press because you score so many times off your press.
Well, I'll tell you what, Christian Harvey, man, I mean, he's a pit bull when it comes to our pressing. I mean, he needs to work a little bit better in our man-to-man shell defense and things like that. But when it comes to our pressing, our up-tempo style, you know, he has a knack for getting deflections. He has a knack for being a great anticipator. And when he gets the ball in transition, he's thinking downhill. And that's what we want all of our guys. We want them to have that mentality. I like to see Trey have that mentality. I like to see Marcus have that mentality. We like to see Rick get a little bit more downhill. I mean, they all have it in their game. They just have to be more consistent, more confident in that part of their talent level. But you know, Christian, he's probably averaging about 3.5 steals a game. And, you know, Rick's getting one, Trey's getting one, and we can get all these guys up to about 2 or 3. And we can win a turnover match, and then we can also score off turnovers. We got an opportunity to have a good night.
You mentioned earlier this week about interior drives from other teams that you really got to cut that off a little bit more and not let them have that easy lane. Did you address that a little bit more this week?
Oh, absolutely, man. We're trying to reduce the number of paint touches, and the paint touches starts with the drive, but we also want to make guys work a little hard to dump it in the post with better ball pressure. Different ways we want to guard the post. You know, baseline side, top side, full front, and so as we're getting going, we're starting to be able to add more pieces to our defensive scheme. But you know, right now our kids. You know, I feel like they're learning how to play, and now it's about, you know, following the game plan, trusting the game plan, executing the game plan, and having fun when you see that the stuff works.
Hey, before I let you go, it was about this time last year you guys started to take off and win basketball games, and I think you ended up with, like, 5 or 6 in a row at one point, and you guys beat a Muncie Central team at their place. Do you kind of get the feeling now maybe this thing's starting to rise its head again this week?
Well, you know, today I have I always have a good feeling on game days. You have your bad nerves from because you just don't know what 14 to 17-year-old kids will do and how they'll respond to different situations. But typically, man, I'm a competitor, man. I'm always ready to play, and you know, I'm always ready to see where our kids are. And so it'll be a good test for us tonight to see how they respond to playing on the road again against a good quality ball club. You know, well coached by Ryan Mack, who's a great guy, and you know, hopefully, you know, we can do what we do and have fun doing it.
You know, I've never asked you this. How much of a workout do you get when you're coaching?
Well, you know, I try to, I don't get out to play and do the things that I used to could do, but I try to get into it. I really try to get after it. I try to demonstrate a little bit. You know, I surprise the guys. I still have a stroke, you know, but it's easy to stroke the ball when you don't have to go back on the other end and play defense. So, you know, they make fun of me because, you know, they call me the shot doctor, and you know, I do some demonstrations on different parts of the plays, and I come off, and you know, I like to make that net. I like to make the net switch too, man. Yeah. But you know, when I was a ball player, most enjoyment I got, I was dropping dimes, you know, making assists and make my teammates look better. So, but you know, it's fun to get out there and practice and you know, share the knowledge and share some of my experiences with these guys. And you know, they're just a great, fun group to be around, and it's a close-knit group, and you know, we're just hoping that tonight, you know, we can find a way to make more plays than they do and play full 32 minutes.
Coach, as always, good luck tonight.
Thanks, Troy.
All right, once again, head coach Rick Wedlow. We had posted on our Facebook page earlier that we ended up with a fire drill just a couple of moments ago, and as everybody was told to leave, they shut it off. So we got a chance to stay in the building, but that's the first time, I think, in the 32 years that I've been covering high school basketball, even college basketball, where we have had a well, almost a fire drill of some type. I don't know if somebody just pulled a fire plug or whatever the case may be, but we are still here, so that's good news for us here tonight. Again, thanks to Rick Wedlow. A very positive talk. I think he felt good about his team's practice this week, and certainly coming off a win over Muncie Central, big as well for the Red Devils last week. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. When we come back, we're going to scout this Shelbyville team, a team the Red Devils played last year. The scouting report is being brought to you by Harrington Oak Insurance. And at Harrington Oak Insurance, they spend every day working to make our community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonoak.com. Harrington Oak Insurance, we got it. Scouting report is next. This is Richmond boys basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories, all in one spot.
And as for me, Kevin Shear.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Back once again here at Shelbyville. We apologize. We have been knocked off a couple of times here tonight. Hopefully it doesn't continue here this evening. We are about ready to do our scouting report, brought to you by Harrington Oak Insurance. And again, Shelbyville 7-6 overall. They're 1-3 in the conference. Ryan Mack is their head coach, 36-45 in his fourth season as the head coach. They play at the Hoosier Heritage Conference, and you look at their schedule, and they're much like Richmond from a standpoint. They played some very good teams, and they've lost some very close ball games so far. Let's look at their losses. They lose to Columbus North at Columbus North in overtime by 6. They lose to Connorsville here by 2, also in overtime. They lose at Newcastle by 10. They lose to Mount Vernon by 9. Warren Central by 4. And then they travel to Pendleton Heights and lose that game by 5. So you're talking about their losses. And these are the 6 losses that they have. They've lost by combined 38 points. That is only 6.3 points per game. They very well could be a team that could be 12-2 or 12-1 and maybe 11-3, whatever the case may be, but they come in at 7-6 here tonight. Watch for Zach Kuhn, number 15, Sam Lewis, number 30, Brock Blackwell, number 40, John Lux, number 30, and then Josh Williams, number 1. Those are the 5 key players to watch in this one here tonight. They average 64.2 points per game and give up 59.8. The Red Devils beat them last year at home by a final of 56-46. So we are anticipating a close one here tonight, and the Red Devils, again, will have to play well here this evening. That is the scouting report, once again brought to you by Harrington Oak Insurance. When we come back, we'll take a look at the NCC and the area, what's going on tonight in both the North Central Conference, the TEC, the MEC, and also check out what Seton's up to these days, as well as a couple of teams out of the Eastern Conference. That is coming up next This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports. For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond, Wayne County area running. For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond, Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994. Get your latest update on the North Central Conference. Logansport, they won their last 4. And take that back, they've won their last 5. We'll see them in a couple of weeks. They're now 4-0 in the conference. McCutcheon is 4-1. Marion now 3-1 as they're starting to play better here in the second half of the season. Kokomo, Harrison, Anderson all at 2-2. Indianapolis Tech, they are now 2-3 going into tonight's action. Lafayette Jeff 1-3, Richmond 1-3, and Muncie Central is at 0-4. There was one game played this week. Logansport beat Twin Lakes 76-64. Tonight, Harrison is at Anderson, Kokomo at Muncie Central, and Marion, they will be at Lafayette Jeff. In the TEC, Hagerstown now 3-0. They've made it into the top 10 in the 2A ranks, followed by Northeastern is 1-0, Lincoln 1-0, Winchester 2-1. Union City's now 1-1 with Centerville Tri, Union County all at 0-2. Winchester beat Muncie Burris this week 71-50. Tonight, Centerville is at Monroe Central, Hagerstown at Blue River, Union City at Lincoln, and Union County is at Tri. In the MEC, Monroe Central is now 3-0. They're battling it out with Wapahani and Randolph Southern. Wapahani 2-0. Randolph Southern also at 2-0. Blue River's 2-2. Westdale 1-2. Daleville 1-2. Cowan 0-2. And Union 0-3. Muncie Burris at Cowan tonight. Southern Wells at Daleville, and Wapahani is at Randolph Southern. Seton, by the way, won earlier this week. They beat Crystal House Academy 83-51. They'll be at Blue River on Tuesday. The Cardinals now 8-9 on the year, 2-1 in conference play. Connorsville keeps rolling in the Eastern Indiana Conference. They're 3-0. They're now 14-1 overall. Franklin County is 2-1, 5-7 overall, and Franklin County is at Batesville coming up tonight. That is a look at the conference as well as the area going on this evening. We'll come back, hopefully, in a couple of moments and check out the latest AP boys basketball poll. That's coming up next. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
There's one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Our weekly conversation with Commissioner Bobby Cox, something I look forward to every week. Commissioner, thanks so much. Let's go back over the weekend. The pairing show for girls basketball. Still hard for me to believe we're going to be playing on January the 31st.
It's right on us now. We've set the field, and we're looking forward to a great basketball tournament. some great first-round matchups, as you were able to announce last weekend. And, it's a new season. You got to go out there and prepare and play hard. And, like I say in all of our tournaments, you survive in advance, and that's what's going to happen now for the next 4 weeks.
Normally when we have these conversations, we're talking about positive things around the state. Unfortunately, announced earlier this week or late last week that Bowman Academy will be suspended from postseason participation this year and next year. And I know it's never an easy decision to make, but if you can, educate our listeners in terms of what brought this action on.
Well, Bob, it's never an enjoyable endeavor for the IHSA to suspend a school or to suspend players or coaches from participation. The IHSA is about creating opportunities to participate. But having said that, it has to be done within the framework of the bylaws that every voluntary member, all 410 member schools, agree to uphold when they join the association. And unfortunately for Bowman Academy, there's been a long and egregious pattern of violations dating back all the way to 2011 and 12, where serious breaches of our bylaws have occurred. In the most recent episode, we had no less than 11 different violations within the athletic department, mainly in the boys basketball program. However, we did discover through our investigation that there are only about 4 coaches in the whole athletic department that meet our coach education requirements. So while those sound bad and those are situations that are difficult, the part that really bothered me was more about the fact that these were not violations of omission, where we made a mistake, we left something out, we forgot to do something. There was malicious intent in some of these. We had a youngster playing on a team that wasn't even enrolled in the school, and that student was ineligible and everybody knew it. We have another student that was beyond his 8 semesters of eligibility, and the school provided us the transcript of the student and the 4 years he participated in the state of Illinois. Additionally, we had a student who transferred and was given full eligibility because the school reported he made a bona fide change of residence, and we found out that the student's never moved. He still lives in the state of Illinois. So when you get those kinds of things happening, when those are malicious, then it takes on a whole nother context. And so that was the reason why the association suspended them from tournament play for the remainder of this year and all of next year in all sports. This is a systemic failure of the athletic department at Bowman Academy.
The argument, though, on the other side is where you're punishing kids for things that they didn't necessarily do. And I know you always have to balance that between what's good for everyone involved in following the rules, but you know that, in fact, is the argument.
There's always going to be that argument, and the reality is this was not just a boys basketball issue. This is a school issue, and we expect our member schools to abide by all the bylaws. And the only property that the IHSA really has is its tournament series events. So when you take that away from a school, that is a stringent penalty. It's not the most stringent, however. The most stringent penalty would be they would be dismissed from the membership of the IHSA, and that could very well be a possibility.
He's the commissioner of the IHSA, Bobby Cox. Bobby, I know it's a difficult situation. I appreciate the clarification and the information, and wish you and everyone at the association the best as we continue through a great winter sports season. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
That once again, Bobby Cox and our weekly commissioner's report from the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Square Donuts. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy those huge cinnamon rolls or any other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut Shop and home to the best donuts in town. The only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. We mentioned the latest AP basketball polls are out. No surprise, even though North Central lost to Pike in their city tournament, they're still number 1 in 4A. They're followed by New Albany, Carmel, Fort Wayne North, Logansport this week at number 5. Then it's Castle, McCutcheon, Pike, and South Bend Riley. In 3A, Northwood is number 1. Then it's Brownstown, Griffith, Evansville, Bosse, and Culver Academy. In 2A, Bar Reeve, your top team. Then it's Providence, Oak Hill, Broad Ripple, Northeastern at number 5. Hagerstown this week at number 9. And in single A, it's Tinley, number 1, followed by Tri-County, Oldenburg, Lafayette Central Catholic, and Wood Memorial. That, again, the latest AP boys basketball poll. We will continue on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. We're just moments away from the tip. Stay right there. The only place you can see high school basketball is right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
In Fort Wayne, 2 sisters make a historic splash when they swim their way to a pair of individual state titles.
In Evansville, a boys and girls soccer team becomes state champions in the same year for the same school, claiming their place in Indiana history.
In Bloomington, 12 young men combine their talents, check their egos, and net a basketball state title.
High school sports have provided us with as many inspirational stories as there are towns in Indiana.
In Valparaiso, a gymnastics team scores a perfect season, winning a record 7th state championship for their school in the process.
A football team south of Indianapolis refuses to lose, comes from behind, and runs away with an improbable state title.
What will the story be in your community? High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Back once again here at Shelbyville as we get set for tonight's matchup. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50. With it being Friday, it is the tuna. Coming up on Saturday, the Black Forest ham. And then on Sunday, the meatball marinara. Once again, treat yourself at Subway for locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. There you see the Red Devils being introduced, and no change in their starting lineup. Ricky Wedlow, Keyshawn Clemens, Trey Griffin, along with Christian Harvey, averaging 25 points per game. The maybe most impressive part about Christian Harvey right now is he's also averaging 3.3 steals and 4.5 assists per game. So that gives you a pretty good idea just kind of the all-around player he has been this year for the Red Devils. Zach Kuhn will start for Shelbyville tonight. Kuhn wearing number 15. Kuhn is a 6'4 sophomore, very impressive young man. Also starting John Lux, a 6'1 senior. He wears number 3. Josh Williams, a 5'8 sophomore, wearing number 10, will start tonight. Sam Lewis, a 6-foot junior, also getting the start for the Golden Bears. And there's a look right there at John Lux. And also getting the start will be Cooper Lewis, 6'2 and a junior. So Kuhn, Lewis, Lux, Williams, as well as Cooper Lewis. So Richmond trying to get 2 in a row, so they'll try it here tonight. It won't be easy. Again, not a great crowd here, but a decent crowd. Most of the fans that have shown up here tonight, a lot of students, along with their band at the far end to our right. In fact, they'll be going after the Red Devils here. There you see Richmond in their huddle. They're right behind these guys to their right, so it's going to be a loud crowd against the Red Devils when they go that way. So here we go. The Red Devils in their traveling red. Got a win last week in their brand new uniforms, so they'll try it again here tonight. For Shelbyville, they will be in their all whites. Their numbers will be a little bit hard to see. They're white outlined in black, but again, very tough to see from our vantage point. So here we go. Red Devils again. Second straight road trip. We'll reset our scoreboard here as well, as the tip will be won by the Red Devils, and this one is underway. Back home tomorrow as well. Get your scoreboard up there as well. There we go. So we're set to go. Harvey will find Trey Griffin. Griffin from about 18 feet. Got it. Good start for the Red Devils tonight. Griffin got up to an excellent start last week in the Red Devils win over Muncie Central. Williams will work the point for the Golden Bears, and they'll run that offense almost to perfection, but there's a travel on Sam Lewis, so first turnover for the Golden Bears. It'll be Red Devil basketball. Coach mentioned in the pregame he's going to use a lot of different variations to their trap. See what they'll do tonight. Good look at Christian Harvey. Here is Ricky Wedlow, who didn't score last week but got that big rebound toward the end of the ball game. A.J. Ferguson averaging over 7 rebounds per game. Red Devils turn it over and quickly down the floor. Bucket good by Sam Lewis. And we're tied at 2 apiece. Red Devils with their first turnover of the ball game. Griffin will find A.J. Ferguson. Here's Clemens high off the glass. Good. How about Keyshawn Clemens? A nice game last week as well. Red Devils on top 4-2, 6:44 to go. Here in the corner. From the corner is Williams. Can't get it to go. Rebound Clemens. Clemens looking for the outlet. Here is Trey Griffin. Griffin now will turn and bring it back out. Clemens will find Wedlow. Down the baseline to A.J. Ferguson. Ferguson from the outside, and the Red Devils, 2 big men, showing some nice touch early in this one. Richmond on top 6-2. The only place you can see the game right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports is Williams ends up missing the shot. Here is the drive and the bucket good by Christian Harvey and the Red Devils. 8-2 leaders now here in the opening period of play. Great start and exactly what the Red Devils needed to do right here. Williams off the left wing. Back outside now to Kuhn, and he'll drive. We got our first foul. If they get A.J., and they did, got to keep A.J. out of foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble sometimes a little bit too often early in the ball game. So now let's see what the Red Devils will do defensively. They'll stay packed in that 2-3. Williams will work it right side. Good hands by Christian Harvey. Again, averaging 3.3 steals, but anytime you can get a deflection, that's always good for the Red Devils defensively. Chance to reset right here as Richmond will go man-to-man. Here's a wide-open three on the way. That's going to be missed from the left wing. A.J. Ferguson with a rebound. That was missed once again by Sam Lewis. Here is Griffin with the basketball now for Richmond. Off now to Harvey. Harvey will find Trey out front. Trey will put the ball on the floor, now looks to back it away and does so. Shelbyville really extending that defense. We've got a blocking foul called. I think that's Cooper Lewis, and may have taken a shot to the face as well. So Lewis will pick up his first. 5:15 remaining. Red Devils on top 8-2. We're in period number 1, and they're going to make sure that Cooper Lewis is okay. He looks like he's got a bloody nose, so he's going to come out of the ball game. They will bring him out pretty quick, and so Brock Blackwell will come in. Blackwell, a 6'4 junior. Christian Harvey with the basketball in the corner. Trey will pull up, shot out of the way, missed it, and the rebound by Shelbyville. Golden Bears back the other way. The drive inside, and that will put Zach Kuhn at the line. There you see the time remaining, a circular building here, and I was informed a few minutes ago Richmond was looking for a kind of a design like this, but couldn't get enough seats if they went with a circular building like this for the Tiernan Center. Kuhn's at the line. Again, that foul's going to be called on Keyshawn Clemens. That will be his first. So Clemens has one, A.J. Ferguson with one, and Kuhn on the board for the first time tonight. And the Red Devils lead this one now 8-3. Second free throw on its way and good. So now the Red Devils lead this one by 4. Richmond wasting no time. Here is Harvey in the lane. Can't get the shot to go. Trey Griffin inside. His shot won't fall. And the Red Devils had two pretty good looks right there and couldn't get either one of them. So the Golden Bears basketball. Red Devils stay man-to-man early. Here's Williams, guarded there by Christian Harvey. Entry pass down on the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Good call there. You could see it from here as John Lux stepping out of bounds. That'll be the second turnover for the Golden Bears. And so it will be Richmond basketball. Christian Harvey once again for Richmond. 4:23 to go, opening period. And they'll be facing a zone now by the Bears. Here is Wedlow. Skip pass to Griffin. Clemens out on the high post. A.J. in the corner. Back out once again to Griffin. Here is Wedlow for three. He's off the mark. Rebound by A.J. Ferguson, and he loses it out of bounds. And so that'll be a turnover by Richmond, second turnover. And now here's your trap. Thought we'd see it at some point. It worked against Muncie Central last week. Here's a three on the way. That's going to be off the mark by Kuhn. And back the other way, Red Devils. Here is Wedlow for three. Got it. And so Wedlow gets the three, his first bucket. Scoreless last week, averaging 7.6 points per game. And now the Red Devils lead at 11-4. In the corner, three-point shot the other way is going to be missed by Blackwell. Rebound, put back good. Blackwell able to follow his shot. Nope, that's going to be Kuhn with the bucket. And it'll be Red Devil basketball leading this one 11-6. By the way, Zach Kuhn now with 4, Lewis with 2. The Red Devils, Wedlow 3, Clemens, Griffin, Harvey, and Ferguson all with 2 points. Ball passed inside, knocked away. Turnover, Richmond, their third, and then Shelbyville will give it right back. Harvey down the late little floater, good, and Harvey got a little ooh out of the crowd here as he now has his second basket. Down the lane, Williams, scoop shot, no. A.J. Ferguson with the rebound. And the Red Devils with 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening period will reset things. Here's Clemens, bounce pass and a lazy pass. A.J. Ferguson able to get it to Harvey. Wedlow kicks out, and we've got a foul call, and that may go against John Lux. It will be Lux. Coming in for Shelbyville will be Cooper Lewis after they fixed his nose. And Nick Anderson will come in. Nick Anderson wearing number 5. And it looks like we've got a timeout by Richmond. It'll be a full timeout by the Red Devils, our first timeout of the ball game. There you see it, 13-6 Red Devils, 23 to go in the quarter right here on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Back once again here in Shelbyville. Red Devils lead it early, 13-6 your score. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-30-400. See if the Red Devils are able to set something up right here to get a score off the inbound. Christian Harvey, pull-up shot, left it short off the front of the rim. And Shelbyville comes back with it. Here is Kuhn. Wide open three the other way. That's off the back of the iron as Cooper Lewis can't get it to go. And here's Ricky Wedlow. Look out right there, almost a steal for John Lux. And now we'll see a man-to-man defense here by the Golden Bears. They were zone early. Here's Wedlow. Gets the screen from Clemens. The kick out, but nobody's there. So that'll go out of bounds. It will be the fourth turnover by the Red Devils. I'm not sure what Wedlow was thinking from that standpoint, where he was throwing to. But there was nobody in the neighborhood. 3 turnovers by Shelbyville, 4 by Richmond. So again, the Golden Bears back in the half court. Here's Kuhn with the basketball. They kick it back outside now to John Lux. Red Devils now go a little 2-3 zone themselves. They were man-to-man earlier. 1:25 to go. Skip pass will find Cooper Lewis driving on the baseline. The kick out in the corner. The jumper is no good. Ball tipped up and goes out of bounds. By the way, Zach Kuhn is the one who missed the shot from the corner. Again, the number is awful hard to see. No matter where you're at in this building, first off, they're very small, and second of all, they're basically white on white. So it'll be Red Devil basketball. 13-6, rather low scoring opening period for the Golden Bears. Red Devils sporting not only new uniforms from last week, understand they also have brand new shoes. Red Devils go inside A.J. Ferguson, the kick out. Trey looking to his left, now goes right. Clemens, baseline shot good. How about Keyshawn Clemens? 4 points for the big man. And the Red Devils now lead this one 15-6. in the opening period. Let's see if the Golden Bears will play for the final shot of this opening period. Here's Zach Kuhn once again, 24 seconds on the clock. Shelbyville's head coach telling them to spread things out. That is Ryan Mack, a young head coach for the Golden Bears. Kuhn from 15 off the spin, missed it. Clemens with a rebound, 3 seconds. Harvey fires away and almost got it. That one off the glass, and that will do it for the opening period of play. Good start for the Red Devils here, and after one on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Red Devils on top, 15-6.
All the amenities you want and the convenience you need. Your next apartment is waiting for you at Chester Heights Apartments in Richmond. Chester Heights Apartments come with 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms with central air, inside laundry, swimming pool, and a new regulation-sized volleyball court. Chester Heights also offers convenient access to IU East, Reed Hospital, shopping, restaurants, and more. Call today for specials. Chester Heights Apartments on Chester Boulevard in Richmond, a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
Did you know Richmond Schools offers an instrumental music program in grades 5 through 12? Did you know Richmond Schools offer classes in Chinese, French, and Spanish? And did you know Richmond offers a full slate of intermediate school athletic programs such as golf, swimming, volleyball, football, basketball, and baseball? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com. Back here at Shelbyville High School, Red Devils on top of this one, 15-6. Richmond led. Christian Harvey 4, Ricky Wedlow 3, Clemens with 4. Griffin with 2 and Ferguson with 2. See if the Red Devils can get some production off their bench at some point, as Marcus Leverett has now checked into the lineup. The only change for the Red Devils, as Clemens will come out. And it will be Shelbyville basketball. Blackwell out front. Golden Bears working in the corner. That's a carry right there, but they're going to call a foul on Clemens. Looked like that may have been Sam Lewis. So Wedlow is going to pick up the foul. Team foul number 3 now on the Red Devils. And again, the inbound will find Blackwell. By the way, Anderson came out of the ball game. We haven't seen him in a while. There's a steal by Christian Harvey. Turnover number 4 on Shelbyville. And now we've got a foul as Harvey goes hard to the floor. And the foul will be called against Nick Anderson. That'll be team foul number 3 now on Shelbyville. And the Red Devils inbound out of the backcourt, or I should say off the sideline once again. And here's Trey Griffin for 3. Got it, Griffin. His first three-pointer. And the Red Devils now lead at 18-6. Ball knocked out of bounds. Good hands there by A.J. Ferguson. And here's Josh Williams back in. On the drive, and the scoop shot no good. As Cooper Lewis unable to get that one to fall. Marcus Leverett with a basketball outside. Now to A.J. here. Take that back. That's going to be Trey Griffin out on the high post. Here's Harvey. Nice crossover. Takes it in the lane. Harvey's going to be fouled. And Christian Harvey will go to the line. Foul's going to be called. I think they got Zach Kuhn for his first. So Kuhn picks up the foul, and here's Christian Harvey at the line. 6:51 remaining in the quarter. Harvey now with 5 points. And the Red Devils now opening up their biggest lead now at 19-6. Question will be, will the Red Devils let this team back in? They've been, at times this year, very shaky on keeping these big leads. I want to put a dagger in the heart of the other team as quickly as you can. 6 points now by Christian Harvey. And the Red Devils lead it by 14. There's a nice up and under, and the basket good. Cooper Lewis getting his first two, and the Red Devils waste no time coming back the other way. This three-pointer no good by Wedlow. And here comes, by the way, Williams, who came back in the ball game, and Williams will get his first two. So the Red Devils lead it by 10. Wedlow back outside to Griffin. Skip pass will find Harvey. Harvey sizing up the defender, now takes it in the lane, looks to get it inside. Turnover Richmond, number 5. Probably should have pulled up on the shot. I think that's what A.J. Ferguson was expecting. Here's a three on the way. That's good. And that three-pointer was made by Cooper Lewis. He hits the last 5, and the Red Devils will get a timeout right here. They use their second timeout. 5:50 remaining in the first half. Red Devils now lead it by 7.
Did you know Richmond High School offers 15 advanced placement courses through a partnership with the University of Notre Dame? Did you know Richmond High School had the first high school orchestra in the United States? And did you know Richmond High School is home to a national championship team in the Business Professionals of America? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com.
By the way, you saw Coach Rick Wedlow not happy with his team right there as they let that lead get away, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point ball game. We just talked about that just seconds ago, whether the Red Devils will be able to hold on, but back-to-back turnovers didn't help either. And now Richmond will be facing, see if the Golden Bears are going to stay in their zone. They will go zone. So now they're anticipating the Red Devils having to go back to the outside. Here's A.J. Ferguson with a shot. High off the glass, no. Back the other way. Shelbyville wasting no time themselves. Entry pass to Williams. Here's a pull-up jumper on the way by John Lux is good. And now the Bears on a little bit of a run. And the Red Devils now see their lead down to 5. Richmond needs a bucket right here if they can possibly get one. There's A.J. Ferguson inside, and Ferguson now with 4. Boy, the big men are playing well tonight between Clemens and Ferguson. That three's no good. The rebound by Christian Harvey. Harvey across the timeline. Here's Trey just right on the three-point line. That'll be a 2-point bucket for Trey Griffin. He now has 7. And the Red Devils got the lead back to 9 once again. Here's Williams with the left-hand drive and the stop by Cooper Lewis. Top of the key. The shot by Lux is good from 3. Lux now with 5, and the Red Devils now lead it by 6. Here's Wedlow back outside once again to Trey Griffin. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Wedlow gets rid of the basketball. Back once again to Trey, and Richmond's offense a little bit stagnant, so Trey fires the 3 and missed it, and the rebound pulled down and a quick outlet pass. Here's Williams down the lane, misses the shot. The battle for the loose basketball, and it was saved by Kuhn. Red Devils back the other way. Here is the bucket good, and that should have been a goaltending call in some way, but Christian Harvey able to get it in. And that ball goes out of bounds on the near side. Turnover by Shelbyville. I thought maybe the official would at least stop that play. And not giving the Bears even a chance to get things going offensively, because that ball was touched in the cylinder. 3:30 to go. Red Devils on top now 26-18. Clemens back in the ball game, looking to post up underneath. Here's Wedlow. A.J. looking high-low, back to Wedlow, and once again here is Harvey. Three-pointer is no good, off the back of the iron, and the rebound, A.J. Ferguson. Clemens 4, A.J. Ferguson 4. You'll take 8 points in the first half out of your post game anytime for the Red Devils. Well, Richmond again, black shoes here tonight. Brand new uniforms. We mentioned they broke those out last week against Muncie Central. Here's Harvey. Little weave now. And down the lane, scoop shot good by Ricky Wedlow. He has 5. Red Devils lead it by 10, 2.5 minutes remaining. Here's Kuhn down the lane, scoop shot good, nice looking player. 6 points now by Kuhn, 28-20. So now Richmond again will go back and try to pull Shelbyville away from that zone a little bit. Here's Griffin. Off now to Wedlow, and a bad pass stolen away, back the other way, and the dunk at the other end by Kuhn. And another turnover, number 6 by Richmond. And Shelbyville, as bad as they've played in the first half, they're only down by 6. Just a bad pass by the Red Devils. Here's Wedlow down the lane, off to Clemens. Turnover number 7 by Richmond. Back the other way, 2-on-1 break, and then hustling back to get the steal is Christian Harvey. Here's Clemens. Outside to Wedlow. Jumper good, 3-pointer, and the Red Devils come back and get a big 3 right there. Red Devils back up by 9. That's a big turnover there for Shelbyville, and good hustle by Christian Harvey to come back and get the steal, hustling down the floor for the Red Devils. And there's another turnover by the Golden Bears. That's 7, minute 15 to go, and the Red Devils will come and slow it up at midcourt. Boy, you love to have seen the Red Devils extend their lead to about 20. Here's Clemens. Be careful. Clemens a little bit out of his range, and he turns it over. 8 turnovers, Richmond. Shelbyville hustling down the floor. Lewis running down the loose basketball. Now we'll give it off now to Cooper Lewis. Here's a 3 on the way. That's no good by Kuhn. And the Red Devils will get it back. Here is Wedlow. Inside Clemens. Clemens got away with a travel. There is A.J. Ferguson down the lane. And Ferguson for the Red Devils. 33-22. Red Devils have it by 11. But boy, they almost gave it away here in the first half. So now Shelbyville will play for the final shot of half number 1. Of course, at halftime, we'll run down the numbers. Both those 8 turnovers, big for Richmond in the first half, but they've been able to survive it so far. That is Kuhn. In the corner, Williams for 3, no, 3 seconds to go. Harvey takes a peek at the clock. He got fouled, and Harvey at the buzzer just off the front of the rim. And we will head to the locker room on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils lead this one by 11.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Richmond Power & Light, we're committed to Richmond. We've been a part of this community for over 114 years. We're not part of some big energy conglomerate, and we don't answer to out-of-town stockholders. Instead, we are accountable to you. And just like you, we want what's best for our hometown. That means you can count on us to provide reliable electricity at low rates. We are Richmond Power & Light, your hometown electric utility, building Richmond a better tomorrow.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hi, this is Troy Argowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one could be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Congratulations to the teachers of the Richmond Graduate Academy for being nominated as the December Teachers of the Month, plural this month. Those teachers are DJ Austin, Kirsten Bunner, Cassie Laudermilt, Mark Price, Scott Seibel, Kara Barker, Celeste Johnson, Hunter Lambright, and Emily Philpott. Their work in helping our students to complete and graduate with a diploma is invaluable to not only Richmond Community Schools, but to the community of Richmond. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your excellent work.
Hi, I'm here to talk with you about the Richmond Graduation Academy. It's an online program that we started in 2012 and 13 as another alternative option and flexibility for our students to graduate. At Richmond High School, we always are thinking about ways that we can be creative to help our students to graduate. And I would like to celebrate all of those teachers that help us in RGA. It's 4 hours after school, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And as I strongly believe that our teachers are at the heart of every successful program that Richmond High School has. I am so proud of these teachers. I am proud of their suggestions. I am proud of their dedication. And most of all, I am proud of the passion that these teachers have to help every single student at Richmond High School find success and graduate.
The RGA program basically is an alternative to the regular classroom. Some kids are not successful in the regular classroom, therefore something different is what they need, and the RGA program is exactly that.
It helps students complete their Richmond High School diploma by using an online course to do so.
So we have the alternative program, we have regular day school, we have other options available, but RGA seems to fit a smaller group of kids who actually need that service.
It's after school, so we take attendance just like with a normal classroom. Students can choose to come in as long as they're completing their credits, 1 credit per month. Then they can choose to come in anytime, but they're required to come in for their midterm and their final for each class. But some of the work they can do at home or at the public library if they don't have their own computer. Anywhere that they have access to the internet, they can work on their classes.
When I first started at Richmond High School, I taught in the alternative program, which is very similar to RGA. And it carries over a lot of similarities as well, because you're dealing with students that for one reason or another have just different situations. They're unique situations, and those students have unique needs and unique help that you need to give them. So a lot of it comes down to that. I mean, you just kind of have to figure out each student as an individual.
I feel like I bring a lot of math to the table, but also trying to keep kids on track. A lot of kids who had trouble in a traditional classroom are afraid to ask for help, and going around and making sure that students who do need help are getting the help that they need That's what I feel I bring to the table, helping these kids graduate.
It is very much, I think, like a coach. You're doing a lot of motivating and encouraging. That, you know, sometimes the kids don't get it the first time, and you've got to go back and try to help reteach them and keep them focused, and you're just trying to, like I say, be a great motivator for them.
RGA allows students to be successful in an alternative setting. For some of them, it's the first time that they've earned credits.
The best part of being part of the RGA program would be the success that I have seen from when it first started until now. When it first started, I saw maybe around 40 to 50 students getting credits per semester, whereas now we're seeing closer to 150 to 200 students finding success in the program and earning credits each semester.
Back once again here at halftime as the Red Devils on top, 33-22. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Purdue Polytechnic. A Purdue degree is just down the road in Richmond. Purdue Polytechnic offers degrees in computer graphic technology, including web programming and design, animation, and game studies. Other degrees include industrial and mechanical engineering technology and organizational leadership. Purdue Polytechnic enrollment is year-round. For more information, give them a call at 765-973-8228 or visit their website, purdue.edu/Richmond. First half scoring for Shelbyville. They were led by Zach Kuhn with 8 points, 5 points by Cooper Lewis, John Lux with 5, Josh Williams and Sam Lewis with 2 points apiece, 7 turnovers in the first half for the Golden Bears. Red Devils were led in scoring by Ricky Wedlow with 8 points by Christian Harvey, 7 by Trey Griffin, 6 points by A.J. Ferguson and Keyshawn Clemens with 4. No points off the bench for the Red Devils once again in tonight's game. Their bench production has been almost non-existent over the last several games. Red Devils did turn the ball over 8 times in that first half. All right, stay right there. The second half is coming up in moments. This is Richmond basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
You see the Red Devils set to come out here in the third quarter, where Richmond again had the double-digit lead in that second quarter. They let it get away, and it was just seconds after I'd mentioned. Wonder if they can hold on to it or maybe build that lead, and then Shelbyville got the thing down to 6 before the Red Devils extended the lead once again, 11 at the half. It will be Richmond basketball to open things up here in the third, and Shelbyville will go man-to-man to open things up in the third. We've seen a little zone, a little man, a little trap from both these teams so far here in the ball game. Here's Wedlow. Wedlow, nice first half with 8 points, but he had that one big turnover that got his dad a little bit upset in the second timeout for Richmond. That is Christian Harvey. See him opening things up way outside, and Coach Wedlow coming up off the bench and making the adjustments what they want to do now with their offense. That is A.J. Ferguson out on the high post. Now they'll cross. Here is Griffin. Griffin at the right elbow will be covered up quickly defensively. Here's Clemens. His shot's off the front of the rim. Ball tipped in the air, and Williams comes down with it now for Shelbyville. They will push it quickly in the corner. That shot's going to be missed by Cooper Lewis. Red Devils try to get it out quickly. 9th turnover on the outlet pass by Clemens. Red Devils really didn't have much of a break right there, and Coach Wedlow, I'm sure, wasn't happy with that result. Here's Williams off the right wing. Now stops out front, looks back to his right. Again, we're just underway in the quarter. This is John Lux. Got to keep an eye on him. Williams off the Lux screen. Pull-up shot, missed it. He's been cold from the outside, being Williams. Williams just a sophomore. Red Devils back the other way. Shot's going to be missed by Wedlow and run down once again by Christian Harvey. Harvey working against Williams with the crossover. Now it'll be Trey back to Christian Harvey. Harvey, nothing there, so wisely backs it up, and the Red Devils reset it once again. Here's Griffin. Off the screen is Ferguson, and he will drive. Nope, they'll say he travels with it. 10 turnovers now by Richmond, 2 here in the third quarter. Coach Wedlow, he hasn't. In fact, I think Marcus Leverett is the only player he has brought off the bench. You know, the one player I've been looking for that I don't see down there is Tylee Hampton. I'm going to have to take a closer look. We haven't seen Hampton as the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover again for Shelbyville. That's number 8. Didn't even think anything about it till just now. Looked down at my score sheet and realized that Tylee Hampton is not with the team, so we'll try to get some confirmation on that in the postgame. High screen. Here is Trey Griffin for 3. No good. And the rebound by Williams. Williams, nice-looking young man. Just a sophomore, as we mentioned. Here's Kuhn for 3. Got it. And we've got I'm not sure what we've got here. 11 by Kuhn, and we must have a foul on Richmond. They're going to see A.J. Ferguson fouling away from the shot there. You see the official talking with Coach Wedlow. And so A.J. just picked up his second. And they may have called a technical foul right here. And they did, because now we're going to see Shelbyville go to the free throw line. And Kuhn's first free throw is no good. So the Red Devils, a costly mistake here, and again, that had to have been on A.J., the official. I see him saying that A.J. raised up his forearm, and so the Red Devils will not only, now you're talking about 4-point play, this could potentially, if you ended up getting a 3-pointer, it'd be a 7-point play. So Shelbyville will get the basketball back to see if this will be a turning point for Richmond here in this third quarter. Here's Williams. Off the screen is Kuhn, and we will have a foul on A.J. Ferguson again. So A.J. just picked up another one. So now he has 3. And Marcus Leverett will come back in. So A.J. with 3. He'll have to sit down for a while. Richmond doesn't have a whole lot to come off that bench. We've seen Jacoby Simpson in the last couple of games get some sparing minutes, but so far the Red Devils not going to their bench to any bigs. Colton Davis still there, as is Jacoby Simpson. Shelbyville basketball. They're going to work it underneath. Turning in the lane. The shot is no good. We've got a foul again, and Coach Wedlow thought there should have been a travel. That's going to send John Lux to the free throw line. Keyshawn just picked up his second. And Coach getting an explanation is Lux hitting the free throw. He has 6. I'm watching more of what is going on with Coach Wedlow and the official, and I think Coach Wedlow feeling he's not getting the benefit of a whole lot of calls in this one. Second free throw will go in. 7 points now by Lux, and the Red Devils at one point had an 11-point lead. We have now seen 6 straight. That was a 6-point play basically right there by Shelbyville, and now a foul the other way. They will call that one on Cooper Lewis. He just picked up his second. The Red Devils, you see, inbounding on the baseline. On the sideline, excuse me. I'm kind of keeping an eye on Coach Wedlow a little bit, too. I apologize for that. He's been talking to the underneath official a little bit. Leverett, and there's another foul. Boy, I tell you, both coaches, I don't think they're happy at all because the first half, let them play a little bit, but they're not going to do it right now, and that'll be on Josh Williams. He just picked up his first. And Marcus Leverett, chance to go to the line. Red Devils have 0 bench points, and they have not scored yet. We're almost 3 minutes into this third quarter, and the Red Devils haven't scored yet. And this would be your first bench points for Richmond here tonight. So Leverett gets on the board for the Red Devils, and it took Richmond, again, almost 3 minutes. 5:02 remaining. Next free throw is on the way. It is no good. The rebound. Looks like that's going to be Cooper Lewis on the rebound. In the corner here, Sam Lewis driving. He gets contact. No whistle. Put back good. Lux will get credit for the basket. Now, how could that not have been a foul? Either way, either a charge or a block. Both coaches up off their bench again. Boy, you had ticky-tack stuff a little bit ago, and then they let him play through that one. Heck of a lot of contact. Here's Trey Griffin off now to Wedlow. Wedlow may have gotten away with a push right there. Wedlow looking underneath to Clemens. Clemens turning. The kick in the corner to Leverett, and then Richmond turns it over for the 11th time. Here's Williams. Nice spin, but a foul call on Trey Griffin first. So Griffin picks up the foul, and boy, coaches are going to have to try to adjust a little bit right here on how they want their teams to play. And it went from a little bit of a physical game, and there's a turnover. Shelbyville tried to throw it off the back of Clemens. Here's Leverett, and he misses the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Shelbyville basketball. Boy, Marcus, you got to hit that shot right there when you're right next to the basket. So we will see a change for Richmond. Kareem Jett will come in. Jett will enter the ball game for the first time tonight. Jett will wear number 5, and the Red Devils force another turnover. Here is Griffin off the glass, no good. Williams high for the rebound. And quickly back the other way, Shelbyville, 3-pointers off. Williams trying to get the rebound. Ball loose. Jett goes to the floor. It'll be Shelbyville basketball. 3:48 to go. Here's Kuhn for 3. Got it. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point ball game. Kuhn was 7 in the quarter, 15, and Richmond's 11-point halftime lead now gone here in the third. Here's Harvey. See if they can get him going. Harvey down the lane, left hand, missed it. And now Shelbyville a chance to take the lead. Richmond has had a double-digit lead twice. That shot good, 3-pointer again, and Richmond may need to get a timeout. By the way, that was Sam Lewis for 3, and Richmond down by 2 here in the third quarter. Richmond so far scored just 1 point in the period. Here's Griffin off now to Wedlow. Wedlow nearly traveled with it. Down the lane is Harvey, and basket is good, and he's fouled, and boy, did Richmond need that one. There you see the score and the time remaining in a, well, not a very good third quarter for Richmond. Foul's going to be called against John Lux. He just picked up his second. A.J. Ferguson will come in. Jett will come out. By the way, Jett, just a freshman. Red Devils had 2 freshmen on the floor at the same time, which is almost unheard of. So here is Christian Harvey. Free throw is good. Harvey has struggled at times from the line, but he came up right there, and the Red Devils have regained the lead now by 1. Under 3 minutes to go. Little zone trap put together now. Here's Kuhn. His shot is on the way. Missed it. Clemens for the rebound. Clemens has it taken away. Red Devils another turnover. That's number 12. He had possession of the basketball and gave it up. Got to be stronger. Here's Williams in the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Kuhn with a rebound, but I think they'll get him on the push, and they will. He extended the arm, and you could see it from up here. I know the Shelbyville fans don't like that call, but he did put the little shimmy on the inside rebounder in Clemens. So now the Red Devils with a 1-point lead. It was 33-22 at halftime, and the Red Devils have managed again just 4 points here in the period. Here's Wedlow. Wedlow losing it, almost turned it over, and back once again to Harvey. Now the Red Devils will set things up with 2:15 remaining in the quarter. That is Christian Harvey against Williams. Wedlow cross to the left, will drive, and shot no good. Clemens with a rebound, put back good. How about Keyshawn Clemens with 6? Richmond leading it by 3. Good look near side. This will be Lux. Williams down the lane, stripped out of his hands. Ball is loose. Shelbyville will keep it. Here's a 3 at the top. Good. Lux with another 3, and we've got a timeout on the floor. See if we can pick up who called the timeout. It may have been Shelbyville. Yep, it will be Shelbyville on the timeout. They used their first. There you see it. Tied at 39 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive," and so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by Harrington Oak Insurance. At Harrington Oak, they spend every day working to make our community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonhoke.com. Harrington Hoke, we got it. Well, we're going to see a game that's potentially going to go right down to the wire here. We're tied at 39 as, again, Richmond giving up an 11-point halftime lead. Here's Harvey with the basketball with 1:37. Griffin gets the high screen from Clemens. Griffin, by the way, quiet in the second half. He had 7 in the first half, and there's another foul that gets Zach Kuhn for his 3rd. So again, Kuhn with his 3rd. That'll be team foul number 5 on Shelbyville. Wedlow on the inbound. Here is Harvey, the screen by A.J. Harvey will now drive. A little teardrop might have been blocked, and it was. Not sure who got a hand on it, but it'll be Shelbyville basketball. Chance to take the lead. They took the lead just briefly here in the 3rd. Nice crossover by Cooper Lewis. No good. Rebound battled for. Coming out with it will be Keyshawn Clemens. Here come the Red Devils. Back the other way. A.J. Ferguson layup good. Give the assist to Wedlow. Ferguson now with 8 points, and the Red Devils have now taken a 2-point lead. Kuhn across the timeline. Boy, Red Devils got to get back on defense. That shot in the lane no good by Cooper Lewis as he goes to the floor. The Red Devils in transition. Here is Wedlow for 3. Good. Big bucket by Wedlow. Wedlow with 11 here tonight. Shelbyville basketball. Lux almost gives it up right there. 30 seconds remaining. The Red Devils lead it now by 5. Boy, what a bucket that time by Wedlow. That'll be Lux who will set it up out front now for Shelbyville. And they will play for the final shot. Clock down to 13 seconds. Here's a 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound battle for A.J. Got a hand on it. Kuhn will kick it down on the baseline. Here is Blackwell for three. He can't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils on top of this one, 44-39.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at tonyscarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners.
So the Red Devils holding on 44-39 here in the now fourth quarter. Richmond will come with, looks like their starters on the floor. So Richmond will come back with Wedlow, Clemens, Griffin, Harvey, and Ferguson. And we'll see the Red Devils go into their zone. Shelbyville has not shot the well outside the entire game. They've hit a couple of shots, but not consistently. Here's Blackwell. Back down low to Blackwell off the glass. Good. Nice give and go. And Blackwell scores here in the fourth quarter. Boy, Richmond got things going after they went, nearly 4 minutes without scoring in that third quarter, and they finally got things going offensively once again. Here is Harvey on the drive, and we got a foul call. I really do hate their uniforms. If they can't put black on there, it makes it hard to see. You guys at home can't see it very well. Third foul on Cooper Lewis. That'll be team foul number 6 now on Shelbyville. Christian driving and hangs and can't get the shot to go, but he will be fouled and go to the line. Harvey with 11 points, again averaging 25. We'll see if he can get rolling here in the fourth quarter. Foul's going to be called on Kuhn. That's a big foul. That is his 4th. So I'll see if Kuhn's going to have to come out of the ball game. I think he will. Looks like Williams will come in. The free throw good. So Williams back in. Kuhn will sit down. Of course, he's talking with his head coach and a little frustrated as well on just a standpoint of how you can guard someone. It's been kind of tough tonight. Second free throw is on the way by Harvey. Off the back of the rim. Rebound Griffin. Putback is good. Trey Griffin. 9 points now by Griffin, and Trey with a big offensive rebound. And the Red Devils lead at 47-41. Ball tipped in the air, almost stolen away. Here's Sam Lewis in the corner net of Blackwell. Shot fake, drives in, and a foul call. If they get Clemens, it's his 3rd. Now, it will be Clemens, so he picks up number 3. So, boy, Richmond again very short on the bench. And they have only gone to one player, Marcus Labarette, so far. Free throws on the way and no good. So Blackwell back in for number 2. 2 points by Blackwell. This is his first trip to the line. 6:58 to go here in the fourth. Second free throw is good. He has 3. 47-42. Richmond up by 5. Here is Harvey driving. They'll call that on the floor, but the Shelbyville crowd not happy. They thought that was a travel against Christian Harvey. So Sam Lewis just picked up the foul. That's going to be his first, and we'll go to the line. That'll be team foul number 8. Nope. Yep, number 8 now on Shelbyville. Christian Harvey, the line for the 1 and bonus. Harvey's free throws on the way and good. 48-42, Richmond up by 6. We mentioned earlier and talked with Coach about it after the game. Double-digit leads, even at halftime, they let it get away. Second free throw's way off the mark by Harvey. So they'll stay at a 6-point lead here in the fourth. Red Devils look to trap. Well, this was a success against Muncie Central last week. Here's Williams. Ball, I think that ball was kicked, but no whistle there. And if you're Shelbyville's head coach, Ryan Mack, you got to be very upset. Here's Wedlow for 3, no good. Ball tipped by Clemens, and here come the Golden Bears once again. Well, that was an obvious kick and no whistle. 3 guys, and they all missed it. Entry pass. Here is the big fella inside. The shot of the way, good. That'll be Blackwell. He now has 5, all in the quarter. And the Red Devils lead down to 4. Harvey will give it off now to Wedlow. And the Red Devils set it up again to Trey Griffin. I was just kind of thinking, watching Griffin, he looked like he might have been a little bit tired here in the fourth quarter. These guys have logged a lot of minutes in this ball game here tonight. Just one guy has basically come in. That's Marcus Laverette to give them some time. Here's Harvey. This might be why the Red Devils want to pull this thing out and get a little bit of a rest. We still have 5:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. A lot of basketball to be played, and Richmond's still leading it by 4. Here's Harvey off the screen. Griffin now with a left-hand dribble. We'll give it to Wedlow. Wedlow drives, misses short. Clemens with a rebound. Clemens put back in the lane. Good. How about Keyshawn Clemens? 8 points, and the Red Devils will get a timeout right here. Richmond will have 2 timeouts remaining. 5:25 remaining in the fourth, and the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils lead this one by 6.
Did you know Richmond High School offers 15 advanced placement courses through a partnership with the University of Notre Dame? Did you know Richmond High School had the first high school orchestra in the United States? And did you know Richmond High School is home to a national championship team in the Business Professionals of America? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts voted #1 in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop and home to the best donuts in town. The only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. After the game, we'll name the Subway sub of the game. We did this last week where Richmond got nothing off their bench, so we went with 2 starters, and we may do it again tonight. We'll also name the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game. We've seen some guys come up big here tonight, including Keyshawn Clemens, 8 points. If you can get 8 out of him, that's a huge bonus. Boy, the ball tipped, and down the lane, the shot's going to be missed as Kuhn back in. And a foul called on Richmond. Boy, that was a 50-50 ball. The Red Devils couldn't get to it. Clemens just picked up his 4th. So Kuhn is back in once again for Shelbyville. And the free throw is up and good. Kuhn's going to play with those 4 fouls. He's one of those veteran players who you know can play with 4. He's just a sophomore. This team's going to be pretty good over the next couple of years. Second free throw is good. Williams and Kuhn, again, both just sophomores. The lead, I better give the Red Devils their 2 points. I missed the last time, 50-46. So it is 50-46, Richmond leading it by 4. Here's Harvey with a basketball. Crossover, almost ran into A.J. A.J. got away with a travel. Stops, turns, fires, and misses off the front of the rim. Clemens tips it. A.J. in the corner, but he stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Richmond. 13 turnovers now by the Red Devils. And so Shelbyville will get it back in. Richmond, 2 timeouts remaining. Shelbyville, they have 4 timeouts remaining in this one. In the backcourt, that's Blackwell. Red Devils in that half-court trap. A throw inside. The left-hand shot, no good, but tipped up and good. And let's see who got the basket. That's going to be Kuhn once again. And Kuhn able to tip it in for 2. And the Red Devils' lead is at 2. Boy, he came right back in and paid immediate dividends for the Golden Bears. Here's Richmond with the basketball. That's Harvey underneath to A.J. A.J. puts it up off the glass. Can't get it to go as it rolls off the front of the rim. Wow. Here come the Golden Bears. Chance to take the lead. Three-pointer in the corner is no good by Sam Lewis. They'll get the offensive board. And this time, Kuhn from the right side, no good. Blackwell inside, and I think they got Richmond's A.J. Ferguson for the foul. Nope, they're going to get Christian Harvey. That's good news right there. Harvey only picks up his first. And we will head to the free throw line. Richmond giving up a lead again here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches really working these officials. 4:02 remaining. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. By the way, that is Blackwell. I had to wait to have him turn around to see his jersey to see who it was. One of these days, the IHSA ought to make these teams wear uniform numbers you can actually see. Second free throw is on the way. It is no good. Clemens had it, but tipped out, and it'll be Shelbyville basketball. Big tip out for the Golden Bears. And down the lane, slipping on the floor, turnover Shelbyville. That's number 11. Here's Harvey down the lane. Scoop shot, no good. So the Red Devils can't score on the layup. So now Shelbyville basketball, 3:40 to go. Nice crossover down the lane. Shot no good. They thought there was another foul as Shelbyville looking at the official. That shot was missed by Sam Lewis, and the Red Devils have it again with 3:27 to go. Harvey guarded closely by John Lux. Here's Wedlow. Wedlow from 14. No. Both teams have gone cold here in the fourth quarter. Coming up on the 3-minute mark. Well, that was close right there. Trey Griffin gets his hand at. He might have gotten a steal from Zach Kuhn. Kuhn at midcourt. Looking to back Griffin down. Can't do so. Here's Lux. Lux fires up the shot, and we've got another foul. You had Wedlow down there. You had Clemens there. Rick Wedlow, the head coach, thought both guys were straight up, but they're going to say the foul's going to be on Clemens. Nope. Yep, it will be Clemens. He just picked up his fifth. So Clemens is gone. Who will Richmond go with right here? Will they go small again? Marcus Leverett will come in. So the Red Devils have basically just one rebounder in, and that's A.J. Ferguson. At the line will be John Lux. And Lux will be there for two shots. Chance here for Shelbyville to take the lead. Tied at 50 with 2:56 remaining. Second free throw. And there's your lead again, as Shelbyville has come back to take the lead twice. The last one was just briefly. So now the Red Devils back on offense without Keyshawn Clemens. Here's Harvey down the lane. Collision inside, no whistle, and somehow Shelbyville came away with it. Again, how do you determine what you're going to do if there's no call right there? A.J. almost got a steal, and we've got a traveling call against Shelbyville. And the fans are wondering, like we are, what in the world's going on? These three guys are struggling here in the second half. 12 turnovers by Shelbyville, 13 by the Red Devils. But boy, and by the way, Christian Harvey is still down at the other end. He did not get up. He is hurt, in fact, holding his left elbow. I don't think anyone even noticed that he was hurt. And he's at midcourt right now, still holding it, grimacing in pain. And I'm not sure if they're going to have to look at him or not. He's going to try to stay in, I believe. But again, a lot of contact underneath between Brock Blackwell and Christian Harvey, and there was no whistle. It either had to be a charge or a foul. Something had to give right there. Red Devil basketball, 2:23 to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover Richmond as Leverett can't hold on to it. He thought it was last touched. They think it went off of Cooper Lewis, but the Red Devils with their 14th turnover. And now Shelbyville with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Here's Kuhn. against Leverett. Here's a pull-up shot on the way. No good. Rebound, A.J. Ferguson. Off the miss by Cooper Lewis. Here come the Red Devils once again. Here is Christian Harvey in the corner, still probably hurting from that shot he took a little bit ago, and I think the Red Devils will call a timeout, and they will, so Richmond will have just one timeout remaining. 1:57 remaining here in the fourth on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond trailing by 1.
Maybe you knew that Indiana University East has world-renowned professors and 50 highly respected IU degree programs. Still, there's someone you should meet. He's a red wolf. He's Rufus, our mascot. He's here for our intercollegiate sports, dozens of student clubs, and to make sure things aren't too, well, tame. Check us out at iue.edu or drop by. But be careful. No leash. IU, focused on you.
1:57 remaining. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subway. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50. It's Friday, it's a tuna. Saturday, the Black Forest ham. And then Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway. Eat fresh. Well, we thought maybe we'd go right down to the wire after the Red Devils ended up losing another double-digit lead. Richmond basketball, they'll take it out, you see, on the sideline. And they'll dump it in the backcourt to Christian Harvey. Red Devils got the timeout. Again, just one remaining. Who will they go to right here, and how long will they wait? Here's Harvey. Pull-up shot on the way. Good! Christian Harvey. 2-point basket. And the Red Devils have now taken a 1-point lead. Harvey, big basket for the Red Devils. 1:34 to go. Well, you see Wedlow guarding out front. Off the screen, Kuhn. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Harvey gets undercut. Ball goes out of bounds. Harvey was the last to touch it, and they will say it is Shelbyville basketball. Boy, Harvey got hit down low. How in the world can that have been a foul? And I generally don't complain about it, but a lot of inconsistency here tonight. Here's Kuhn driving. Feeds back outside, off the fingertips, and out of bounds. Last touch by Blackwell. Turnover once again for Shelbyville, and that's a big one right there. Red Devils 1:17 remaining. Shelbyville with 13 turnovers, the Red Devils with 14. Guarding out front is John Lux. Here's Harvey, and Harvey turns it over. 2-on-1 break the other way. Layup is good at the other end. Lux will pick up the basket. Here's A.J. Ferguson on the drive, and they'll call the foul on the floor. Lux with a basket. He has had a big second half. And we're going to get a timeout. Blackwell picks up the foul. We're going to keep it here for this timeout, but it is a Shelbyville timeout. Let's get you up in a couple of scoring here. At least totals. 8 for Wedlow. Clemens with 8. 9 points by Griffin. 2, 4, 5, 6. 16 points now by Harvey, 8 points by Ferguson, and a single point by Marcus Leverett. 2, 4, 6, 12, 20 points by Kuhn right now. Again, these numbers unofficial. 5 points by Cooper Lewis. 2, 4, 6 points by Blackwell, all in the fourth quarter. 12, 14, 16 points by John Lux. 5 points by Sam Lewis, and then Josh Williams. He right now has 2 points. Boy, neither team very deep at all when you really look at it. Shelbyville, they've only gone, 2 players off their bench. The Red Devils have gone just 1. Well, take that back. We did see Jet for maybe a few seconds in the second quarter. That's been about it. 58.2, and here's A.J. Ferguson at the line. Back home tomorrow against Belmont, Ohio. 7:30 will be the tip-off time. And A.J. can't get the front end of the 1-and-1 to go. Shelbyville basketball. 53 seconds to go. The Red Devils leading it, or should say trailing it by 1, need to get the basketball back. In Shelbyville, we saw their JV as Marcus Leverett commits the foul. We saw their JV run their stall offense about as perfectly as you could get, and they beat Richmond tonight in the JV contest. 42.9. Each team now with 9 fouls. And this is who at the line here. He missed it. That was Kuhn who missed it and able to sneak in. Ball loose, and A.J. Ferguson comes away with it. Red Devils with a basketball. 35 seconds remaining. Here's Ferguson off now to Harvey. Red Devils with 29 seconds remaining. They're going to clear this out, I believe, and let Harvey go to work. Harvey gets the screen from Ferguson. Harvey, crossover to the left hand, in the lane, block shot, and they're going to say jump ball, and it will go to Richmond. So Richmond keeps it on the possession arrow as Harvey again trying to draw contact, and they'll say jump ball. So now the possession arrow will go back over to Shelbyville. 19.7 seconds remaining, and Richmond just used their final timeout right there. We will take a quick timeout. There you see it right there. The Red Devils trail this one by 1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
Well, Coach Wedlow, not a whole lot of faith with some of the players he has on the bench right now, so he's going to stay with these 5 guys right here. Very small lineup for the Red Devils. A.J. Ferguson, the only big rebounder in the ball game. Richmond inbounding at 19.7 seconds. And they'll kick it outside. There's Ferguson. A.J. driving, stops the kick out. Here's Trey for 3. No good. Ball tipped in the air. A.J. picks it up, lays it in. Ferguson gives the Red Devils the lead. 54-53. 5 seconds remaining. Ball is loose. Here's a 3 on the way, and we've got a foul. A 3-point shot, and a foul on A.J. Ferguson. 0.9 remaining. At the line will be Cooper Lewis for 3. A.J. just made a huge mistake, and now we'll see Cooper Lewis at the line. He hits 2, and this one's over. But the pressure's on this young man right here. 0.9 on the clock, but 3 free throws off the foul on A.J. Ferguson. The first one's on the way. Got it. One more, it'll be a 1-point lead. Now, 0.9, you can get it inbound, but you got to get something near the rim. There's not much you can do really at 0.9. You can't get a good look. It'll be a desperation shot. Second one missed. One more for Lewis. You don't think he's feeling some pressure. But the Red Devils need a rebound right here, too, in case he misses this one. One more here for Cooper Lewis. 6 points. This has been, by the way, his first trip to the free throw line here tonight. Next one's on the way. Got it. And Richmond puts it in play. Leverett at the buzzer. It's over. And the Red Devils drop it here tonight in a heartbreaker by a final score on your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Shelbyville 55, Richmond 54. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This is Richmond basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
You've got too much stuff in your house or in your business and nowhere to put it all. What do? Here's the answer. Quaker City Storage in Richmond. Quaker City Storage offers various size units for either short-term or long-term storage. You'll get the best rates in town, and you always have 24-hour lighted access to your stuff. Quaker City Storage on Industrial Parkway next to A House Tool. Quaker City Storage is a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you requested will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers, you know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Well, the Red Devils lose a heartbreaker here tonight, 55-54. They twice lose a double-digit lead. Were unable to extend it, and they lose here tonight. They fall to 5-11 on the season. Shelbyville improves to 8-6. For Shelbyville, Zach Kuhn with 19 points. John Lux with 16. Again, these numbers unofficial. 16 points by Lux. Cooper Lewis with 7. Brock Blackwell with 6. 5 points by Sam Lewis. And Josh Williams finished with 2. Red Devils were led in scoring by Christian Harvey with 16. Ricky Wedlow with 11. 10 points by A.J. Ferguson. 9 points by Trey Griffin. 8 points by Keyshawn Clemens. And then 1 point by Marcus Leverett in this one here tonight. Again, the Red Devils had twice double-digit leads and let it get away. Red Devils 14 turnovers on the night. Shelbyville finished with 13 turnovers as well. So Richmond back tomorrow as they'll be on, in fact, at home against Belmont, Ohio. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:30 will be the tip-off. Time to name the Subway sub of the game, and since we only had one player off the bench and it really wasn't significant, we're going to give A.J. Ferguson the Subway sub of the game tonight. He had 10 points for the Red Devils. And our player of the game, we're going to give to Keyshawn Clemens. I thought Clemens played well tonight, finished with 8 points. But again, he did foul out late in the ball game. It was a tough one for both teams late, but he finishes with 8. We will give him the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game. Back tomorrow, Red Devils and Belmont, Ohio will have it for you. And the only place you'll see the game is right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Thanks for being with us. Tip-off tomorrow, 7:30, pregame beginning at 7.